Hey, what's up guys? Ahnaris here with another StarCraft 2 broadcast. Today we are going to be watching a very special match. Now, a 4v4 is generally not something that you see on my channel, but I have been doing a lot of them with Husky and some of our friends, and so I wanted to start bringing a couple of these games to my channel, and basically just show you the kind of casual, fun style of play that we employ here. Now, for this game, myself, Problem Sir, spawning over here. We have Huskies up in the top position. Most of you already know who he is. We have AlphaBaby, who is actually a friend of Spanishiwa. And down here we have Spanishiwa himself, spawning as Terran. So a little bit of a deviation from what we normally see from him, but nonetheless, I think we're going to have a good match. Now, like I said, we were just kind of playing fours, pretty much just for funsies. Here's the thing, on this account, I've been stuck in 4v4 Platinum for ages. Cannot get out. Huskies, we've played together random pretty much since the start. He got put in Masters, I got put in Platinum, and we just cannot break out despite like massive win streaks, and we'll lose like one game, and I guess that's just what bumps us back down. But this is pretty much just us playing placement matches, hoping to get me a higher than Platinum, which we did end up doing, which is good. But for now, let's talk about the opposing team. Rumar, spawning down here, purple Protoss, red Protoss, Katie over here, and we have, I guess, teal Choki, who was actually down here building a pylon outside of my base. I did not know that. And then, of course, finally we have the Cold Sleep, who is dropping his pool down right now. So watching over here, we see pretty much the first action takes place around my base, I think, with this probe dropping down this sneaky cannon. Of course, I don't see it. I'm just transferring my probes, you know, just do nothing. I see this, and immediately when it pops up, I notice it's going this way. I'm like, oh man, okay, well I know what he's gonna be doing, so I'm gonna watch him. I decide to go ahead and drop the cybernetics core. I leave one small little notch there because I knew that there was one Zerg, and then I spot that pylon. I'm like, yep, things are going to be going sour real quick, so I decided to come off here and try to pick off this pylon, and of course he's trying to bait me in here. The stupid probe decided to go up there. Stupid probe. And by stupid, I mean stupid Problem Sir. But do manage to eventually take this down. Meanwhile, down here, Spanishiwa going ahead and going for a quick factory. Going into this match, he decided he was going to do Reaper Hellion Harassment. So that was the name of the game for down south. AlphaBaby, I'm not really sure what she planned on going up, but I know she ended up getting a lot of roaches, a lot of lings, and doing some pretty good harassment. And of course, down here, Huskies dropping down that second gateway and also about to face some Zergling pressure at his main base, which you see is not quite walled off yet. So, oh man, he could actually drop a pylon. I didn't see. Does he do it? No, the Zerglings do manage to get in here and bypass the Zealot entirely. Over here, we do have that photon cannon building. The pylon was destroyed. You see that I'm just kind of building up my stuff right now. I do eventually bring these probes off of here, but I kind of wait. At first, I'm like, okay, is he going to focus down the probes and the gas? No! Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead, get a Stalker, get my Warp Gate technology going, and that way if I have to bring these probes off, I at least have my essentials on the way. Up here, the Zerg player, the Cold Sleep, continuing on with pretty much just Zergling pressure over here in Husky's base. We're seeing he's doing some baller Zealot micro, trying to do anything he can to stay alive while this hole has been plugged up finally, so that's going to work out well for him. And here we go, folks. The Zergling's trying to get a good surround, but two Zealots are way too strong for them, reducing the number to 3. Huskies has a bit of a predicament, though, as one of these pylons will be going down very soon. It looks like this one will be it. Meanwhile, the cannons still doing their thing. You see that I've got the 2 Stalkers here working on the pylon. Once that's gone, there is one cannon up here that is powered by the pylon down beneath. I don't know exactly how vulnerable this one is, so I decided to just go ahead and try to pick it off. First killing this one, though, and of course now I'm not supply locked anymore. More Zerglings on the way trying to come in, and we do have Rumar as well coming with Spanishiwa finally getting some Zealot harassment. Or not Zealot harassment, but Hellion harassment, very much needed. And I've decided to go ahead and finish picking off this because, again, I know there's that forward position up here, and I don't want him to have vision at the high ground. Because if he does decide to get Warp Gate technology, I need to pick off the pylon so he does not, or he's not able to warp in directly into my base. Finally, take that out. Meanwhile, over here, Rumar decided to go ahead and continue on, try to take out this pylon. Again, keep these structures unpowered. Spanishiwa and AlphaBaby able to come in from behind and finish up the Zealots, bringing this attack to a halt. Final units lost so far as these Zerglings are wrapped up. We could see Husky by far has lost a lot of stuff this game, but again, he's faced a lot of pressure, 2 different players, while the Protoss keeps me busy. You see, Rumar is continuing to put this pressure on with the Zealots, but finally I'm able to come over here with a couple Zealots and a Stalker to finish this off. Of course, the rest of my Stalkers are just derping in tow, but we decide to go over and possibly put some pressure on. I think we pull back because of these guys right here. Katie moving out. We can just take a look at his whatever base real fast. Twilight Council going to be going for a blink upgrade really quickly, I'm sure. And also, I want to point out that these Zerglings over here do spot the Stalker, and you see, of course, I decide to pull back my forces in anticipation of this attack. Zerglings actually engaging separately, but this is going to soften them up a good bit and delay pressure down here, as he is also reducing the numbers as well. We do have a proxy pylon going down for Katie. As far as this guy goes, you see, he is pretty much just playing Rebound. He's got 4 gateways, 3 of them already complete. He's got the Twilight Council, the Dark Shrine, so he's going to be looking to transition. Again, this is something you see a lot from people who decide to go cannons. Pretty much if you get cheesed once, you're always going to get cheesed from that guy. So cannons into DT, that's just something you see in 4v4 quite often. So for now, I decided to go ahead and continue to build up my forces. Purple down here, he has got 2 additional gateways as well. These guys all going pretty gateway-heavy forces. Wouldn't be surprised if all of them ended up with Blink here at some point. Spanishiwa, he is going to be continuing on with harassment. We do have those 2 Reapers going to be coming down here into the mineral line. I'm actually not too sure how successful they were. This time, I was kind of watching more about the... I was worried more about those Stalkers, which you see getting ready to head over here, but Spanishiwa having to run out because of those 2 Stalkers warping in. We do see he has several more units coming in here as well. He's got to watch out because you see more Stalkers are on the way. And we do have an engagement up here at the top, myself versus Katie. Zealots doing a good job keeping Katie on the move, which is basically getting me from some free shots, but I do decide to pull back there. Huskies, oh man, so very close, but he is able to save both of those Stalkers as well. We actually see down here, those Hellions, or those Reapers, are going to be running away. We do have a medevac getting ready to possibly lift up these Hellions, or at least run them away. No, the Stalkers are running past him? Okay, well that's very interesting. Not exactly sure that's going to go. Okay, yeah, now he's doubling back and going to pick off those 2 Hellions, which we'll just say are acting as the great diversion, so that way we can come over here and secure the high ground. Roach is forced to run away the cold sleep. Decided to go ahead and finally expand. It's looking pretty good on the income-o-meter. Let's actually take a look at that really quickly. You can see just who has how many workers right now, where we are in the game. Over to APM real fast. You can just kind of get an eye on that right now as well. Huskies and Spanishiwa sitting there with the highest APM, followed by Chalky, myself, and of course these guys over here. So now we are in a little bit of a lull time in comparison to the rest of the game here, where I think at this point, yeah, I decided to go ahead and expand, and now we can focus a little bit more on what we're thinking instead of just frantically running around trying to speak about everything. Oh no, those Dark Temple are going to come in here and annihilate those Reapers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your Reaper on the floor. Oh no, he forgot to get up before he got down. That's okay, because now we have some Archons coming in here as well, and I'm actually kind of surprised this pylon is still here. This is like the luckiest pylon on the planet, because, well, it just is. AlphaBaby going ahead with an Overseer Cocoon, going to be anticipating some Dark Templar action. Saw that they killed all those Reapers down there. And we see she's got a lot of Zerglings, and obviously we've got the armor upgrade, we've got the Tunneling Claws. That's Tunneling Claws. No, that's Glitter Constitution. I always get those 2 confused. Like, I know what they do, but I just forget the names. I get them all fuzzled. So we had a lot of Reaper harassment up here in the meantime. So as far as actual units lost so far, we take a look and see Spanishiwa has lost a lot of stuff, but it's pretty much just been because, again, he's playing around, he's goofing off this game. We're just doing this kind of to, you know, have some fun, do things out of the norm. I mean, you know, we could go and just go super pro it, but Spanishiwa has plenty of experience doing that, and you see now he just wants to relax a little bit. So we're going to see him moving out. Meanwhile, Katie moving out with a whole bunch of Stalkers, does have the blink upgrade. No weapons or armor. I do have weapons 1 on the way. More roaches. Oh no, dropships! You were not supposed to be there. Oh, poor guys, poor guys. Husky's going in with the Dark Templar. Looks like he's going to be sending in 2 different ones up here. Going to be start working on the Stalkers. Actually, I do not think she has any detection. I'm going to assume it's a she since the name is Katie. But over here, this pylon actually still alive. Reaper's going to be heading over to the north, as we do have a couple Dark Templar getting ready to head back over towards the south as well. Possibly looking to take out that pylon. I'm not too sure, but Looking over at Shockey's base, he's got cannons, he's got gateways, robotics facility. Going to be going double robo, actually. So looking to get possibly heavy colossi. I think we do scout that at some point, and we decide to react to that very appropriately. Oh, no, Spanishiwa coming in here with the Reapers. Not quite able to come in for the full scouting. Oh, able to get out with one finally. The cold sleep. Those poor roaches, man, they just look so depressed. Their heads hanging over the cliffs right there. Not quite able to come down and chase that Reaper. But we do have Husky's baller Archon just running around by himself, patrolling this area, man. He is like, you know what, man? If I can take out anything, then I will just be that much more awesome. He's already got 4 kills right there. And Rumar deciding to hang out in his base in Stalker Archon. He does have the blink upgrade, so that's good, and expansion's looking dandy over there. This one as well, probably have some gas coming on this in just a minute or two. And likewise, Katie decided to go ahead and drop down a robotics facility. We also have Rumar with the expansion as well, going ahead and getting that gas up myself. Looking pretty good. Got my expansion, gas going. Everything's all handy-dandy right there. And as far as income goes right now, you could spot, yeah, pretty much, actually, I think I'm slightly in first place, followed by, of course, the Terran, who's going to be spiking up there. 45-24, you could see all the harvester counts for that, and I'll leave that just on a second or two longer so that way you guys can catch the entire bit of information while I continue to look around the map. So Husky's looking pretty good, man. He's got no upgrades so far, but I'm sure we'll have those at some point in the near future, as he does have his 3rd expansion coming right now. AlphaBaby coming in, very sneaky changeling. We're going to see that actually pop in here in just a second. We see several of them going around. Oh, I like this, man. So now we have pretty much a good idea of what all the what all the players have coming into this spot. Was going to see actually our first vision of it right there. Yeah, see, now we see that double robotics facility, and of course that is killed very quickly. This one as well taken out. And finally, Katie, Rumar, expansion's looking pretty good. Katie, of course, dropping that. I think she's the last person. No, Spanishiwa, I think, had an expansion down here. No, it didn't. No, I don't know. It probably did. I just didn't see it. But he is going to be going ahead for a risky high-yield expansion. On this map, of course, the high yield puts you dangerously close to your opponent, so he's going to be very careful of that. Of course, there is a set of destructible rocks that will prevent immediate access, but does Rumar actually know about it? I don't think he does. No, sir, indeed. And, of course, right now, we are pretty much just macroing up as well. A couple additional gateways coming for Huskies, as he is looking to possibly establish himself up here at the Northern High Yield expansion. We do have more upgrades on the way for myself. And, yeah, I'm pretty much going with a Colossi build. I spot that he's got that double robo. You see I've got double robo as well. But I also decided to drop a Stargate to try to get some Phoenix, pretty much just to start putting some pressure on the Colossi, in addition to, of course, the forces that we'll have during the engagement. But I figured, hey, having some harassing units will always be a great thing. And there we go now. Husky decided to come up here and just dominate this Overlord, splashing down below. And Spanishiwa deciding to move out with a very Marauder-heavy force. A couple medevacs as well. And here like the Hero Reapers. You see, of course, the Marauder running out ahead as well. I think we just had some more changelings die. Rumar, you may have killed them. I do not know. Actually, was not paying attention. But for right now, let's actually just look at the army size real quick. You can just kind of get an idea, comparison, see the size. I'm sitting in a pretty beefy armor right now. That's, again, I've got this 3rd expansion coming up right now. Going to have some probes transferred over here. I believe those come over in just a moment or two. But as far as units go, you just take a look at that as well and see. I mean, it's much easier to show this to you guys so you can just see for yourself, because, I mean, having to run around and a 4v4 and be like, okay, well, Katie has 5 ham sandwiches and a beanbag, and everything else just takes way too long. And so, yeah, by the way, I definitely wish I could have gone mass beanbags. That would be so amazing. Completely different note, I saw a Totoro beanbag on the internet the other day. Most amazing thing ever. Totally wish I could get one, but alas, they are not for sale. Looks like somebody actually just handcrafted it. Oh, so jealous. So jealous. Back to the game now, folks. You can see the production tab. Got a whole slew of things coming from all different angles. Not a lot in the way of direct combat. You see Spanishiwa guarding up here with Huskies. Needs to drop that rally point in just a second. I'm sure he will. For that Nexus, this is looking pretty good as well. Do need to drop that gas. And AlphaBaby, looks like may have done a drone transfer to get down here to the natural. That's starting to come into fruition as well. Continuing on with the Colossi production. So Spanishiwa's high-yield expansion is looking pretty darn good. He's got a few additional depots down here, a whole boatload of SCVs. We can actually just take a look at the worker count now and see how things are looking as we get ready to approach the 20-minute mark. We have... well, you can see that for yourself. I'm not going to go too much into it. Rotate these things. Continuing on. Another... oh, yeah, I think this was actually me that saw that. I'm like, I spotted it, because it came along right here along this ledge. Pro tip, if you ever decide to send in a changeling and your opponent might have this upper ground, don't send it right here because we could see it when it is a changeling. Just keep that in mind. We also do spot the Stalker coming in here. Of course, it's going to blink directly into the tower, hit it face first, kind of get stunned and walked around, and decide to just kamikaze directly into a row of Marauders. I guess that's what happens when you run directly into a wall. Another pro tip there. Don't go face first into a solid object before trying to gather information. So the forces are kind of gathered here at the top. They have a good high ground position. Looking around, you see plenty of gateways for Choky, however you pronounce that there. And, of course, the blue player looking pretty good. So here comes AlphaBaby, decided to come over here and try to engage. It looks like the Zealots are going to get taken out rather quickly, but she does move in her Roaches very close to basically try to snipe off as many of these Archons as possible. While you see that just stuff is about to hit the fan, man, Huskies decided to come in here and engage these Archons with the Roaches. They do get taken out. The Zealots are in hot pursuit, though, coming in here, baiting in some Psystorm. Fantastic hit as another Protoss player decides to come down and try to pick off even more forces. High Templar getting annihilated, while Katie decides to just kind of half commit to this fight. You see, I see this right there, and actually those force fields, I dropped them because at first I thought the Stalkers were going to block the Archons, but now you're seeing kind of a half commitment there, and I decided to go ahead and hold my ground, not move these Colossi back, while the Protoss force up here decides to go ahead and fall back. He is losing a lot of his forces. The Marauders just annihilating the Stalkers. You see Roach is not able to do a whole bunch of damage as well. The Colossi count right now on the field, we do have 3 with the high ground, and myself also have about 7 or so. Going to be moving up here, looking at upgrades, 2 and 1 armor. I do have weapons 3 on the way. This Protoss player has 1, 2 and 1 as well. We are going to trash this expansion. As moving forward, he does not have a lot in the way of army. You can just take a look at that and see continuous stuff flooding in for pretty much every player. I'm just about sitting max right now, and of course, we do have more forces coming in for the purple Protoss player. Spanishiwa, I think he ended up oh no, I think he actually lost a bunch of those SCVs. Yeah, that's right. What happened was we decided to attack because we saw the Protoss player was getting ready to come down there and try to attack Spanishiwa. But, you know, you can only have the camera in so many places at once on a 4v4, man. It just gets so freaking crazy here when you've got all these players running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. So we now have pretty much control of the center of the map. We do also have Spanishiwa's 1 Marauder deciding to come and check up on things, while AlphaBaby decides to go ahead and engage here, creating a flank attack. This one poor Archon is basically forced to hold off the rest of the Stalkers. Not doing so hot here as he's going to be forced to retreat. While we continue moving forward, we see the blue player does not really have a whole lot in the way of army. I decided to go ahead and pick off a couple creep tumors before moving forward. And I do have a fleet beacon, I think, at some point in the near future here, actually heading towards a mothership, but for now, we are quite confident that we do have map control. Moving forward, we have Husky with a whole bunch of High Templar. Decided to go ahead and possibly take out this high yield expansion, or not the high yield, but the Zelnaga Watchtower. Spanishiwa decided to go ahead and move back. And also the purple Protoss player and the red Protoss player, not sitting with a lot of forces right now. A few Stalkers, more of them warping in, frantically running over, trying to stop these Marauders, which are going to be busting up the purple Protoss with his army down here. Oh, it's going to be dropping down one at a time. Here comes Problem Sir, deciding to mop up the rest of them. You see Katie's Stalkers forced to blink away and try to get maybe a better position to take out the Colossi, but they're going to get some fantastic Psystorm by Husky, annihilating those Stalkers, ending that counterattack. As far as income goes right now, you can just take a look and see actually Huskies coming in with a massive amount of income, 76 workers, followed by 60. You can see a whole bunch of 30s and 40s as well. Fleet beacon on the way. We do have the Corvid reactor and plenty of other things here for Spanishiwa. Choky decides to go ahead and leave the game and releases, I don't know how much money, but you see 1,000 sitting there for the purple Protoss. Katie sitting at about 2K, and Cold Sleep sitting. Actually, Cold Sleep's doing really good here, spending down his money. He's got a bunch of Broodlords, and we're going to see these expansions get taken out very quickly. Both of them just getting taken out super fast. This poor Zealot just taking one for the team, man. Cannon deciding to get his only kill right there so far for this matchup. I mean, hey, with so many Reapers coming in, he really was forced to build so many cannons, which is, I mean, really, that's just how it goes. But anyways, more important thing, Spanishiwa decided to come run in and just start blowing the hell out of these cannons. We're going to see those going down super quick, while Husky's High Templars decide to go ahead and lead the charge. Katie Zealots getting bunched up on this one Zealot, trying to pick off Husky's nice choke point. Look at that, man. That is just absolutely amazing. Oh, great play there by Huskies. So now the High Templar are just spawn camping, man. These are the guys that sit there when you're getting ready to spawn and buy your weapon again. Oh, but the Dark Templar coming in and annihilating Husky's forces from behind. Rumar decides to go ahead and leave the game because his forces are completely mopped up. At this point, you can see I'm pretty much just researching upgrades just to get them, even though I don't have the units for it. You see, I've got just a ton of money right now. I've been maxed out for quite some time. Katie's sitting over here, pretty confident that with Chucky's High Templar cleaning up, may be able to make a recovery, although he's going to find out very quickly that is going to be a dashed hope, as the Dark Templar are taken out very fast by the onslaught of the Colossus, and we do have Roach support coming in from AlphaBaby here. Blue Zerg pretty much just holding his own right now, not really sure when to attack, I guess. I think the biggest thing right now is to try to hold his own. I mean, he knows that he's not going to be able to take this on by himself, so he's going to try to stay around with the support of the Spine Crawlers and possibly anything else that he can muster up here from Choki. I will get that name right one of these days. Maybe he'll even come out of the video and correct us for us, because he would be awesome like that. But for now, things are looking pretty good, able to mop up the red player's base and the purple. Now we do have Huskies moving in here, Stalkers and Zealots, going to be engaging the Broodlords. Corruptor support as well, going to be able to throw down some corruption. We see some force fields going down, anticipating some forces coming over. Yes, that's actually very nice there, blocking off a lot of those Broodlords. Not quite able to come in. Look at that sack of force fields, man. That is just super sexy. So here comes Problem Sir and AlphaBaby with Spanishiwa support coming in with the Marauders, as we do have these expansions guarded very heavily with the one-sided cannons. God help us if one Zergling actually comes over from this direction, but we're going to be pushing in here from two different directions. You see these Dark Templar are going to try to push in. Oh man, Cold Sleep, losing the units one by one. He's got to fall back to these Spine Crawlers. Will he be able to hold? It's not looking like it. Spanishiwa coming in with the Ravens as well. Are we going to have some mass PDD, mass turrets? I do not know. Either way, we see corruption going down, and a very nice blink there catching up those Broodlords, and we are going to see turrets. Yes, turrets. I mean, hey, why not? Spanishiwa turrets are immensely awesome and possibly known for their mules. We have men or mules coming in from Spanishiwa. Expansion going down for Huskies. I mean, hey, at this point, why not, right? So force fields have blocked off entry. You see that Chucky, who is being controlled currently by apparently the red player, is going to be trying to hold off this onslaught for as long as possible. Give these Broodlords time to react. Out of energy, though. Here come the Dark Templar, going to be able to get into the line of the sentries very quickly. And, of course, the Broodlords retreating. Once again, good control by the Cold Sleep. Sitting on a little bit more money right now, but his production has been annihilated. He's really just not able to spend it, as the forces are just flooding through the expansions. And Mothership just about complete here. We're going to see that pop in now. Lag has arrived. So Katie has now left the game, unable to further contribute. There's the GG from Cold Sleep, concluding this match. 4v4 ladder. Hell if I know what league this was in, but it was our 5th and final match, so just wanted to thank you guys for watching. Of course, if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and show your support, all that cool stuff. Also, if you subscribe, it helps me out a ton. Even if you have to just go and make an account really fast, it takes like 2 seconds. It's free, and like I said, it really makes me feel warm and cozy at night to see you guys care. So that's going to be it. I'm going to be casting some more 4v4s, other games here in the coming days between, well, featuring myself, Husky, possibly Sai, Spanishiwa. I don't know. I mean, really just whoever comes along and we find a good match, I'm going to cast it. All right, guys. See you next video.